Hi everyone. I was going to make an announcement about the withdrawal deadline, but then I realized there's a number of you that are new to GCC, so I figured I'd record a quick video on how to check those deadlines in general. So here's our Canvas course. The deadline that's coming up this Saturday is called the W deadline or the withdrawal deadline. That just means that if you decide to withdraw from a course prior to the withdrawal deadline, you do not get a refund, but you choose to not get a letter grade for the course. Instead, what you get is a W on the transcript, and it doesn't count for your GPA. Generally, a W counts as an attempt at the course, so there are potentially some negative consequences. For example, generally speaking, you have to ask permission of admissions and records and a division chair and an instructor to take a given course for the third time. However, because of the COVID pandemic situation, a number of those requirements have been relaxed. So this summer, it's actually an excused withdrawal, which has some different indications you can discuss with the counselor. But one of the things is it doesn't count as an attempt. Anyway, we're way in the weeds. Point is, this Saturday is the deadline to decide whether or not you want a letter grade, A, B, C, D, or F in this class. If you don't, then you choose a W. In general, you can check what those deadlines are by going to the Glendale homepage, and then you go on class schedule. Um, in the class schedule, there's an important dates. There's a number of ways to get here, but this is the one I usually go to. And then there's usually session dates and deadlines. And then you get this table, and it may not be obvious how to read this table, but it's organized by kind of the session type. And the way you can figure out the session type of a course, like how many weeks it's scheduled for, is in the online schedule of classes. So this is our course, for example, Math 136. I've gone ahead and searched Summer 2020. I found our course. It's Math 136, section 2043. And what it says here in the section, it says 5-week 2. So it's a 5-week course, and it's the 2 indicates that it's the second session of this summer 2020 term. So if you go back to this table, it's the 5-week 2, and you'll see that these session dates do indeed coincide with our session dates, and those are basically the second 5-week summer session. And then the first column, well, this third column here is the add drop deadline, so it's without a notation. This bigger column is the usually the withdrawal deadline, except like I said, for COVID right now, it's called an excused withdrawal. There's an asterisk here. It gives you a note about what an excused withdrawal means. So it does appear on the transcript. It's an EW. It will not be counted in the calculations of GPA or for academic probation or dismissal, and it does not count in the permitted number of withdrawals or as an enrollment attempt. So it does stay on the transcript. You do not get a refund, but it doesn't count for any of the other typical penalties. And you'll see that in this 5-week 2, the deadline is 8/7. Usually that deadline coincides with the deadline to petition to have a class as pass, no pass. You really got to think about whether or not you want to do that. It all depends on what you need this class for your transfer plans, and the best thing to do is just talk to a GCC counselor. Fastest way to do that is glendale.edu. I type in counseling, and you can actually meet with a counselor online. This tells you everything about GCC's academic counseling, but you can click on online counseling, make an appointment. There's also drop-in during certain hours, and they can help explain all of the options to you about pass, no pass, and excuse withdrawal. But for us, suffice it to say, keep in mind that this Saturday is the deadline to go into my GCC and select withdraw from the course if you do not want me to give you an A, B, C, D, or F after the session is over. If you have any questions, of course, please shoot me an email, or you can ask the group on Pronto if it's not private, and we'll talk soon. Okay, I hope you're all well.